Hey, I think we're live. Sorry, we're having some hiccups just now, and I'm just hoping that everything is all right now. So let me try to go into my Facebook page and something else. Okay, I think we are live. Okay, well, I did not set up the schedule live because I was out and I worry I couldn't come back on time. And since I came back on time, however, even I was trying to set up, the live session. We were having some hiccup just now for some weird reason. I have no idea. So, well, okay, now let's roll this one. Okay, we are not very much delayed. So, okay, right, this is Ask Jason Anything. Okay, so what we do here is we answer questions about Facebook advertising and digital marketing every Sunday night at 10 p.m. Malaysia time. Um, I'm from Malaysia. If this is the first time you see me, and I thank you for joining me, whether you're watching this live or you're watching the replay of this. And essentially, what we do here is, I collect questions on my YouTube channel and I'll be actually answering those questions live over here. So if you have any questions about Facebook advertising and digital marketing, all you need to do is just go to my YouTube channel. First thing first, try to search for an answer. Okay, I posted close to 1,000 videos on my YouTube channel. Chances are I probably have answered something similar to whatever you have over there. So try to search for an answer. If you can find it, of course, I'll be definitely happy for you to find an answer real quick and, quickly go and do the next step or whatever that you need to fix. And if you still cannot find an answer to your question, all you need to do is just post your question as a comment on any of my YouTube videos, right? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick them up and I'm going to answer them on the following Sunday night, usually 10 p.m. If you can just join me live on the following Sunday and just to listen, to my answers. And of course, if you're here watching this live, if you can join me on Sunday night, of course, I'll be definitely happy to have you. Pop your question in the chat. Okay, whichever platform you're watching this, I'll be able to collect the questions over here and to quickly answer questions real quick. And yeah, so that's how things work, right? Okay, now I'm just gonna bring up a few things that I wanted to share with you before we go right into the questions right now. Now, first thing first, so this is Ask Jason Anything. So basically, this is what I do every Sunday night. Answer questions about Facebook advertising. Now, before we dive into it, there will be some people who wants to talk to me because some questions are pretty sensitive. You may not want to be, you may not want to bring it up openly in the public like this. You want to actually have a more discreet discussion about because there might be some PNC data or PNC situation that you are facing. All you need to do is you can actually scan this QR code, and with that, you'll be landing on my Fiverr gig, okay? And then you can actually buy me a mail. Then we can schedule a 30-minute one-on-one Zoom call to answer your questions one-on-one. So yeah, this could be used for answering questions about Facebook advertising, or if you want to quickly have me to look into your campaign setup to tell you what have you done right or wrong, or even to quickly go through your analytics to see what can we do to improve the campaign performance. You can scan this QR code and we can do this quickly. So that's how we do, right? So you can see there, a few hundred people have already gone through this gig. It's pretty a popular gig of mine. So you can actually do that. All right. Now, for those who wants to learn Facebook advertising, you can actually scan this QR code. This is my latest Facebook ads live training. So this is a Zoom live class. I have not been doing live class since 2021. So it's been a while, okay? I recently started live class because I realized a lot of things are pretty much moving because I used to do, like recorded Facebook ads training, which can be pretty quickly becoming irrelevant or obsolete because of the changes and all that. So I realized why not just do live training? But this training will be live. We will actually do this on a monthly basis. We will have once a month at least, okay? So all you need to do is scan this QR code, and you will be able to register. So we cover a lot of very, like important things, like for example, how to analyze, how to choose the right objective, because that could be one of the main concern about, which one would be the right one to use, right? And then of course, followed by my signature audience targeting techniques, as well as analytical stuff and some steps that I use to analyze Facebook ads metrics, which can be very useful for you to quickly jumpstart and look at what you can do to improve the campaign performance. This is definitely suitable for beginner to intermediate, even advanced advertisers, because if you have certain doubt about certain features, you're not sure about certain features, and if you have some uncertainty about like, oh, I want to find the best way to to analyze, or I want to find the best way to target the right audience. These are all the things that we will be covering in the live training. And most importantly, I'll be sharing case studies based on the cases that I work with. Of course, I won't be disclosing my clients' information, nothing. I mean, 100% PNC for my clients. But because I work with a lot of clients from all around the world, I'll be able to bring a lot of case studies to the table. So that would definitely help you grab some very useful information to help you improve your campaign performance. So if you want to join, just scan this QR code and you'll be able to join my, Facebook ads training. This is a 3-hour live training, and you get to keep the recording, so it's pretty decent deal basically. And yeah, we have got some offer over there, so you can actually just scan and go over and take a look whatever that is available for you. And I look forward to see you in the masterclass. Okay, now I've got one question coming up from KRMNZR. I'm not so sure how to pronounce this, but anyway, so this is a YouTube viewer, okay, and he's actually having issue about business restriction. So he said the business med account was permanently restricted. Can I help you now? Advertising access restricted, permanent restriction now. Okay, now this is a permanent restriction. Frankly speaking, there is nothing much we can do. Like, I personally will not be able to really help you in any way, because this is just between you and Meta. But the workaround, I can actually offer you a quick workaround, because the bottom line is we want to get back into running ads again. That's all we want to do. So the best way to do that is actually to borrow an account. Do not create a new account. I would say if you do that, 90% of time you will actually get banned or blocked right away, because for some reason Meta doesn't like new account going directly into advertising right away. It's flagged as suspicious for Meta. So what you do is you borrow someone else's account that has been around for at least few years, okay? And then you create a business manager. The steps will be create a business manager, create a page, and create an ad account and start running ads. Now, if you ask me, what do you do with the current page and all that? If you can actually bring it over, then of course, that's the best thing to do, right? Just claim it over to the new business manager and everything will be all right. If you cannot do that, put it this way, we don't really care about a page. Frankly, you can still post or whatnot. Only thing you cannot do is advertising probably. So start a new page and run ads. Do not keep, like digging on this like rabbit hole that you may not really find an answer to that, because I've met some clients that has been trying to get their page back into this, like they want to claim the page from the old business manager to the new business manager. They've been actually trying for like months already. I think it's been quite a few months, but it's not really the most important thing to do. The most important thing that we want to do is to get back into advertising. So whatever that gets you back into advertising, just do that. That's what I think. Okay. Then, of course, you can actually create a new profile on your own and warm it up for a month or two. Then, when the whole thing is more stable, the business manager is stable and the profile is stable, then you can actually invite yourself into the new business manager as an admin. Then you'll be able to take over everything from there. So that's what you can do. But having said that, right, when it comes to permanent restriction, there are various situations. I've worked with hundreds of people from all around the world. Frankly, I've seen some weird cases where, some bizarre reasons to get restricted. That's one thing. And some unexpected situation where it may not be the end of the road. And we managed to find it, as in like we managed to get it back to the best situation possible. So that, having said that, I would have to look at your account standing right now. As in like, I will have to really share your screen and, like have a Zoom call with you and have you to share your screen so that I can actually look into whatever situation you're at. And from there, I'll be able to give you personalized recommendation to tell you what you can do next. So if you want to do that with me, all you need to do is to scan this QR code and you can actually book a Zoom call with me after you purchase this gig. This is a Fiverr gig. It's not free, obviously, but it's worth it because eventually I will be able to have a 30-minute Zoom call with you to look at whatever situation you have and eventually to give you personalized recommendation to do what you should do next to get back into advertising again. So if that's for you, scan this QR code. And after you purchase the gig, then you will actually be given a link to schedule a call with me. And I will definitely see you at the Zoom call. And hopefully I'll be able to help you with your situation. Now, that's the first question. And the second question was fairly quick. So it's actually coming from Ampu as well. So I think I answered your question in one of my AMA, probably the last one. So then he came back and asked, how can you send me pictures? Because I did mention that I would not be able to look at your situation without looking at your screen. So you will not be able to send me pictures because I don't really take questions like that. But if you really want me to look at whatever situation you have, same thing, right? Just scan this QR code, book a gig, purchase a gig, and you'll be able to book a call with me for 30 minutes Zoom call. Then we can actually go through whatever situations you have, and I'll be able to give you personalized recommendation for hopefully, like your Facebook advertising questions. Like, let's be very specific. It has to be Facebook advertising, right? Anything beyond that, I may not be able to really give you any meaningful, like recommendation. But if it's Facebook advertising, digital marketing, email marketing, yes, YouTube marketing, then of course you can actually use this QR code to book a gig with me. As in, like, then we can actually have a quick discussion to go through whatever situations you have, right? So that's that. In fact, today I don't have a lot of questions, but I do receive a question about my Facebook Ads Masterclass. You see, I actually launched my Facebook Ads Masterclass last week. It's actually a really recent launch, and I received some messages and questions coming from whether it's my existing members, as in like my mailing list subscribers, and some new so-called visitors who came to my website and found about this thing, and they messaged me about that. Generally, a lot of people ask about this. What's included in the Facebook Ads Masterclass? Now, when it comes to Facebook Ads Masterclass, it's actually, in my opinion, this is my way of running training Facebook advertisers. I've been using this framework to train Facebook advertisers since 2016. I've been training since 2016. I've trained over 6,000 individuals from all around the world. So this is really a practical step-by-step with hands-on step-by-step training. As in, like, I would not just give you the theory, right? Like, for example, when we are choosing objective, right? I would not be just showing you the screen like what is this objective all about, and by reading you the explanation. I don't do that. But what I do instead is I would actually go into the Ads Manager to tell you what are the differences when you select different options, and how do you select the right option. Like, for example, when it comes to traffic, for example, should we go for link click or should we go for landing page view? And some people will be asking, oh, should I actually choose traffic or sales? And I'll be actually breaking out to you like, which one will be the more like preferable one for your situation, to give you better understanding about the objective selection, which is, in my opinion, the most important thing. All right. So the objective selection is one thing. And I also talk about my audience targeting techniques, because there are many school of thoughts when it comes to Facebook advertising out there, meta advertising, but I've been using a set of techniques that I've been actually using and teaching since 2016. So these are the techniques that has been proven very useful. Like, for example, like, do you know how to really target people who actually, like, let's say if you're selling swimming pool, for example, how do you target people, the right people, in the right way? Some people would actually go for, oh, I want to try the detailed targeting, as in, like, I should choose people who are into swimming pool. I should choose people who are into swimming and all that. But look, a person who wants a swimming pool are probably not a person who swims. So that may not be actually helping you to get the right people. So I have a few techniques that can really, really effectively help you find people like this, really, really pinpoint and really, really specific. And I also share with you my way of using the detailed targeting options, which can be very useful if you find it very confusing, like which one should I use? Should I actually have multiple in one, or should I actually break it into one by one? Which they actually can be, either way can be useful in depending on what kind of situation you're at. So I would actually break it down and teach you the best way to use all these things. And of course, we talk about the latest trend in terms of the ads creative and copywriting, because I coach businesses. I do run ads for some clients as well, but not really, mainly more into coaching. So because I work with a lot of clients from all around the world, I actually have probably the first-hand information about what's working and what's not. So these are the things that I'll be sharing in the the masterclass. And aside from all these technical stuff, I also really will share with you my way of structuring Facebook ad strategy. Because in my opinion, you shouldn't be just running ads blindly right now. And you should actually form a strategy that kind of like really convert your client in the most effective way possible. Like, how do you structure the campaign structure, as in, like, how much do you spend for like the broadcast targeting, and how much do you spend for retargeting? And on top of that, how do you actually do your storytelling, as in like the messaging planning and all that? And how do we like structure the whole campaign structure, and how do we launch it? So these are the things that I'll be discussing to help you get better structure idea about how do you form your strategy, which is very important, especially for those advertisers who have been running ads for a while, and you've been actually trying in and out. on and off, sometimes works, sometimes doesn't, and you find it very struggling to have a stabilized campaign, this could be a very useful framework for you. And on top of that, I will also be sharing about analytics, because in my opinion, setting up the ads is actually the easiest way. In fact, everybody with an ad account can actually start something, and whether you know it or not, as long as you're willing to part ways with your money, you can actually run ads and get some results out of it. But how do you know whether you are doing good or not? So that's the key, right? So I will share, the fundamental framework that I use to analyze campaign performance, and how do you actually, use certain very important metrics to determine whether your creative is working, whether your audience targeting is working. And basically, this will be condensed into a 3-hour training. And, this is really, in my opinion, the most important training that you have to go through if you really want to do Facebook advertising or meta advertising in the right way. So so that's the reason why I structured this. I used to run this as a 1-day training where about 6 hours thing, but because in between I took away a lot of things that may not be necessary anymore, because 6 years ago compared to where we are right now, back then we still need to explain the differences between ads manager and and all that, some walkthrough and all that. Now I believe a lot of people have already tried advertising on their own. I cut away all this nonsense and I will only focus on things that you really need to know. So that's my Facebook Ads Masterclass, and I've structured it in a way that I believe in 3 hours time, I'm going to deliver something that is going to help you totally run your ads in a totally different way. So if that's something that you want to look into, scan this QR code. And, we are actually still running a very special rate right now with some sign-up bonus, very limited time sign-up bonus. And I want you to grab this because I have not been doing this since 2021, right? The first one is coming up. But anyway, we're going to run this on a monthly basis. So just scan this QR code and find out when is the next date. And hopefully the date works for you. But nonetheless, you get a recording anyway. So basically, you can actually still sign up. If you cannot make it on time, doesn't matter. If you can join, that's the best, because you get to ask questions, right? But if you cannot make it, it's okay. You can still sign up because I will send you the recording, which you can actually keep forever. Yeah, that's the thing, all right? I used to sell the recording separately. I don't care. I just want to give it to you because it's yours, right? So that you can always come back and you can even use it to train your team. I don't care, however you want to use it. So the idea here is I want to be able to help more people to actually run ads in the most effective way. So that's the whole idea of running the Facebook Ads Masterclass. So that's for you. Scan this QR code and sign up, register, and I'll see you in the next class. Okay, now with that, I think we can wrap this one. Basically that's what we do. I answer questions about Facebook advertising every Sunday night at 10 p.m. Malaysia time. So all you need to do is, if you have any questions at all about Facebook advertising, first just go to my YouTube channel and try to search for an answer and see if you can find any. If you cannot, it's okay. Just pop your question as a comment on any of my YouTube videos, and then I'll actually bring it up and I'll actually have it over here to answer questions. That's how we do our Ask Jason Anything Sunday night. So with that, I think we can wrap this one. I look forward to see you next week, and thank you for watching. Bye now.